Amon-Ra St. Brown first overall. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, I think it's always, when you're talking about the first round, I think it's always a go out and get your guy.
Come on.
Let's go. Oh, man, my heart was beating on that one.
I can just tell you, when we get down to the actual numbers and projections, that team is going to score a lot. There's a lot of fantasy goodness.
There's 50 feet of shit, and then Kyler and Edwards.
So forget that. I don't want to draft guys on bad teams.
Doesn't matter. They're going to figure out a way to get the ball good offensive coordinator. Arthur Smith is not a good offensive coordinator.
You guys are team 3 and 4. There's no point to take Stroud, right? Is there a point to take Stroud in the best ball format?
Get it.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. The final FFPC live draft coverage of the year is a huge one. We are bringing to you the $5,000 entry FFPC Big Payback League. I'm your host, Aidan Liquorie. Joining me, Jake Venuti and Dave Terpoilli, who is drafting out of the 10 spot. Yes, that's our guy, Steve G, Fantasy Sopranos there. He is co-owning this 5K entry with Terp. So Terp is going to be doing some impressive multitasking. Steve G is going to be making an appearance. You've heard his name a bunch because he's been in literally every single one of these live stream drafts. We got some huge names in this draft. Just some of the biggest names in fantasy, some of the high rollers, some of the most distinguished winners throughout FFPC's history. For those who don't know, the FFPC Big Payback is a standalone league. And it is the victory points format, and that's how it is run. Real quick to kind of get across for anyone who may not know the way the victory points format works. If you win your weekly head-to-head matchup, that is 2 victory points. There's also 2 victory points awarded if you are within the top 4 scoring teams that week. 1 victory point is awarded if you finish 5 through 8, and then obviously 0, 9 through 12. So you can earn 4, 3, 2, or 1 or 0 victory points each given week. 6 teams are going to make the playoffs in this league. The 3 division winners, and then the 3 remaining teams with the highest victory point total. A lot of money on the line. A lot of people putting up big money. This is, as we said prior, this is the ultimate go get your guy time. ADP is thrown out the window. In the standalone we talked about with Andrew Cooper, I remember in the best ball tournament, it might have been the Big Gorilla, and it was one team sniped Joe Burrow from someone from the team who had Chase and Higgins.
Jeez.
And yeah, wow.
Who's the auto pick? I don't think he's there yet.
We'll see what happens there.
Got paused.
Then I can finish my thought then. As we were saying, is hey, there was a team I think it was the Big Gorilla, takes Joe Burrow when a team had Chase and Higgins, and Andrew Cooper said, you're just hurting your own team. But in a league like this, taking that Joe Burrow, that naked Burrow, doesn't matter because you're hurting this confined 12-team league. So that's me rambling. I'm talking way too much. Terp, play a ton of best ball, play a ton of main events, play big Gorillas, all of those tournament formats. How are you changing your strategy? How different is it to be drafting in a standalone 12-team league with a 5K buy?
It's completely different. It's you're trying to beat 11 different guys. So normal guys you're shooting for upside aren't as important in these formats. Quarterbacks, in my opinion, are a little bit more important. When you get the elite guys, they separate you. They give you a different, avenue when it comes to other guys being drafted. So, you don't really see a lot of zero RB, things like that, because you have to click a button and your goal is to obviously win just this league. There's a lot of upside plays that usually you see me draft a bunch when I come on here that I wouldn't even consider this. But in this format, we have a plan going into it. We were really hoping that Christian McCaffrey fell. It was a wild hope, but that didn't happen. So we have a plan, and it's, we'll see how it works out when this guy shows up.
Confirming for those late arrivals, the chat, Sean Green, it is, yes, Terp and Steve G are splitting this team in the 10th spot. Steve G will be joining us a little later on. Nikki Banks she wants us to talk about Jalen Coker. We'll hold off on talking about Jalen Coker, but the big news from today, I feel like the last couple of weeks, it has been a kind of constant discussion of what's going on with Rashi Rice. Jake, let's start with you. Official, Rashi Rice is suspended for the first 6 games of the season clearing up that uncertainty of, oh, maybe it's the first 4 games he plays, and then who knows suspension? Is it 10? Is it 4? It's 6 games. He misses weeks 1 through 6, and then he'll be back week 7 against, I believe, Las Vegas. Jake, where are you taking Rashi Rice? Has his ADP already kind of been baked in that he's not going to move too much because he's kind of settled in? And talk to me through about how some monster teams could be built if they build it right and then add Rashi Rice in, depending on that 6th, 7th, 8th round. So kind of that's a lot. But what are your overall thoughts on the Rashi Rice suspension now it's official?
So I feel like Rice was going in, the 5th, 6th round consistently before the suspension. It looked like he was going to play the first couple games and they were going to make a decision at the end of September. But now that I think we know that he suspended the first 6 games, I think he's going to sit around the end of the 6th, middle of the 7th round. And I would personally take him once I have pretty much my starting lineup complete, and he's the first guy off my bench, because once you get to the 6th, 7th round, we're talking Jakobi Meyers, Olave, those guys. I probably take him around that range, but I want to have the core of my lineup set before I take Rice, who's going to miss the first 6 games, not including the bye.
So
that's where I'm at with Rice.
Impressive multitasking you're doing, because you've multitasked before and commented on best ball streams.
Way different. A lot more stress involved here.
This is it. So you're texting with Steve G. You're going through. You guys have talked a game plan. Brian Thomas was your pick, the 110. We talked about Brian Thomas early on, and we kind of big fan. We haven't talked about him as much recently. Talk me through, and I know you're coming around, but real quick, who was Brian? Was Brian Thomas the clear cut after McCaffrey went? What was the rationale behind taking?
We had a plan going in. It was Brian Thomas or another player. Brian Thomas was the leader in the clubhouse, so to us it was pretty easy. We thought about Trey McBride a little bit. We thought about Ashton Genty. Nico Collins was in consideration, but at the end of the day,
was that other player still available?
Yes. I mean, this is a guy that we really didn't think was going to be available at all.
So, Terp, you said that going into the draft.
Jake, I have to assume this is Neighbors for them, right? Yeah. Wow.
To be honest with you, Neighbors wasn't even in the conversation when we first started, because I really never thought he would be there in the first pick. Our plan was always going to be Brian Thomas and Drake London, but we adjusted when Neighbors came. It's hard to pass him up that talent. I mean, obviously the toe worries me. We've talked about it on the show a bunch of times how, I don't understand what the Giants are doing totally with that, why they didn't have him and, get that taken care of. So to me, it's impossible. Neighbors is 100% healthy. He's really, really, you could put him up there in the Chase Land category, in my opinion, Justin Jefferson category. So it's a great start by us. We're very excited. If you would have told me that we would have passed on Malik Neighbors and got him in the second round, I would have told you we're nuts. So we're excited.
You wanted McCaffrey going into this draft, right?
That was the plan. Yeah, it was always.
Were you now that they have Brian Robinson? Are you more comfortable drafting McCaffrey? No.
I will take McCaffrey as high as probably 3.
I wasn't saying anything it's not a knock on McCaffrey.
If anything, I think it helps me. I think Robinson being.
You guys are in agreement. We're in agreement.
I'm saying Robinson. Now Shanahan came out and said he liked Robinson in college. He's happy they got him. He's a clear number 2. So now you don't have to deal with the bang up Garendo, Jordan James, blah blah blah. Now the clear backup running back is Brian Robinson. So now
1,000%. And I like that because Robinson's not the type of guy that I'm ever worried about really taking any touches away from McCaffrey. If anything, it's going to keep him more fresh. They brought him for a reason. And, as much as we want to see Christian McCaffrey at 90% snap share, which is great, and we all love that, I don't know if that's withstandable. So from our perspective, McCaffrey with Robinson. Last night, we picked 5th or 6th. I forget what was 6th in the 5K that we did last night. And we wanted McCaffrey. McCaffrey was always the plan going in, but CeeDee Lamb fell, and we adjusted.
Yeah. Jake, you've obviously facilitated some of these drafts out in Vegas. Do you find there to be a concrete difference in kind of ADP? Obviously, there is some more go-get-your guys, but do certain types of players fall or rise more in this format, being that it's a standalone league?
Well, I feel like in, a main event or a big gorilla, you'll see rookies or high upside players go higher in the drafts because people want to go for the stretch, the end. And then, in these types of draft, I feel like you see the older guys like Evans, those type of guys, more consistent guys, they'll go at their normal ADP because you're not going for the $1 million grand prize. You're not going for the home run. You're just you need consistency out of your players.
Mm-hmm.
But not to cut you off, Aidan, Terp and Aidan, this is a question for both of you. Are you guys worried about Devon Achane's cap? Personally, I'm not, because I feel like they would have traded or brought in a running back. Now that Wright is hurt, Madison's out for the year. I believe they cut Boone, but they've done nothing to address the room besides Jeff Wilson to the practice squad.
The concern is not him missing time to start the year, because as I think you illustrated well, it's there. If he was really in danger of missing the first couple of weeks, there would have been some transactions being made. My concern is that it's already acting up, and calf injuries are precursors to leg instability, Achilles, the knees. So Achane is one where I can't sit here and say it's going to prevent me from drafting him, but it's more concerning than a couple of weeks ago when we were all sitting here on the best ball stream that Terp was doing live. And, he drafted Terp at the 104, 105, he drafted Achane. And I did agree that that the he has the ability to be the top overall player in fantasy. The injury risk is always going to be there with a player of his size, stature, and kind of how he's used. But the fact that it's already creeping up into the calf, which again is just concerningly precursors to other big injuries, it leaves me wary and, less likely to maybe push him up my board.
Right. I think if you're getting him as your RB2, it's a no-brainer. Smoking Joe's took McCaffrey and then Achane. If Achane was hurt, does miss time, he still has that RB1.
People are going to be scared of the calf injury, and they rightfully should be scared of the calf injury.
I agree.
But my perspective is not going to ever change on Achane. I think he has overall number one player upside. Obviously, you got to worry about the injury. The offensive line isn't great. That team in general could be a complete disaster real quick if things go sour. We're about to be on the clock, and there's one player.
Now, with Achane, there's no point of taking him like top 8, top 10 because there's always a chance you're going to grab him in the second now.
He's consistently falling now to that mid-second range.
Right.
As I think he should. I think that's proper.
Yeah, I agree.
Jake, what's been the most interesting pick so far for you in this one? My eyes turn to Neighbors falling.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs at the 204 is not what you see in the tournaments.
I think
Kittle with a little bit of a drop.
Chase Brown at 210. I would have taken him over Achane, Jacobs, and honestly, I might get some hate for this, but I would have taken him over Derrick Henry.
I wouldn't hate on that. I was texting. We'll get to Terp's pick here in a second. It's not just Terp. I should be shouting out Steve G and Terp's pick. But Jake, I was texting you guys this morning. I don't understand why Chase Brown is consistently not at that 1-2 turn now. It's kind of surprised me that he's hovered in that mid to late second round. But Terp, the rookie sensation, everyone's favorite rookie now, Travion Henderson at the 310. Talk me through what was the discussion?
There was no discussion. It was always Travion Henderson or quarterback. Both quarterbacks that we would consider were taken. Travion Henderson to the moon.
Okay. Jake, what do you, as the resident Pats fan, what are you making of the Henderson at the 310, running back 15?
I feel like the end of the third round is the hardest pick in drafts this year.
Tough, very tough.
And every single player is just the same. So you just you kind of just pick, get your guy, get who you want. If he took, I don't know, RJ Harvey there, I wouldn't have said anything because again, it's all the same type of player. I've been saying that all along. The end of the third round is the toughest spot this year. But I
feel like the third round in general is just an extremely tough spot, to be honest with you. I just feel like when it comes down to it, the third round a month ago was way different. It just had more eye appeal. Now it's just you can go through the whole round and have questions with everybody. There's not anybody that really stands out as secure.
Jake, I got to ask you, and Terp, after, all right, let's 2 quarterbacks go. Daniels, Hurts. Were those 2 under consideration here for you guys? Terp?
No.
Okay. Oh, hammer pick. You and Steve G. What's nice about this is anyone who's tuned into all of our live streams,
they should know who's coming.
It's a constant praise of, Steve G taking another one of my guys. So it's probably not that crazy. But Terp, I want to ask you. You and me often, and then Jake less so, because Jake has a different philosophy, and that's why we love having him on, because it brings different flavor. if we were doing a main event, big gorilla stream, we would probably be looking at Team 11 like, I don't know. But again, you see Team 11, this isn't a tournament format. It's a standalone league. You can win with a 3 running back start and then goes quarterback. So like the receiver push on, not how you would do it, not how I would do it, maybe how Jake would do it. But when you see a team like that next to you, what are you thinking in this type of format? Like, are you just thrilled with it, or are you considering that like not a horrible team, or is that where do you at when you see kind of a unique 3 running back start next to you? Is that an answer?
Just totally went blank on us.
I mean, personally, Terp, I love your start. Terp start is a perfect main, like that would be a perfect main event, big gorilla start. I still like it for this format. Like upside with every pick. But Team 11, that's what you want to do in these drafts. You get the Genty, you get the Henry, you get the running backs that are going to catch the ball, score touchdowns. I like Team 11 start. The wide receiver depth is very good, and especially at the 5-6 turn, he's still going to land 2 wide receivers. We only need to start 2. But I like Team 11 start. It's completely different from Terp and Steve G's.
Could you guys hear me, or was Terp your lack of response?
I heard you. He just literally looked at you like you were a ghost.
Who?
Jake. He didn't say anything for a while. I was like,
I was asking.
Was there a delay or something?
Terp, he was talking to you.
I was talking to you.
Oh shit! I wasn't even paying attention. Oops. I thought he was talking to you. I was staring at him. I'm like, are you gonna say something?
No,
you said Jake
dude.
there somewhere.
I was like, I was saying how Jake might like it, but
I heard Jake and I just turned my brain off. That's my bad. Honestly, I don't even remember what you just said, so that's a good thing.
Who cares? Let's talk about Tyreek Hill, Jake. Cocktails and Dreams. Maybe is Cocktails and Dreams the most iconic team name?
You definitely see it in a lot of drafts.
He
Like
is,
in high stakes fantasy?
in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best. I probably would put him as the best fantasy football owner that I know.
Yeah,
The guy is an absolute.
It's the most
monster.
iconic
He's a
team.
Fab wizard. Absolute dominates Fab, and a great team name.
Getting Tyreek Hill as your 3rd wide receiver for a guy who literally was like the wide receiver 1 a couple of years ago it's tough to like. I know the vibes aren't great there, but
You said it perfectly. You don't need vibes with him as your wide receiver 3. If he's your wide receiver 1, that's a big difference.
I mean, mid-4th round Tyreek Hill.
I mean, the fact that he has London and Higgins, he can take the risk on Hill. He can take the risk.
Yeah, he's taken there's been no positive really reports about Tyreek Hill, which is kind of reflected in across all formats his kind of slide. But man, if we went back to this time last year and said, hey, this time next year Tyreek Hill's going to be a mid-4th round pick, I would have been shocked.
So last year Tyreek Hill was going like top 3 in every draft.
Yeah.
What has changed from aside from him having Antonio Brown syndrome?
Age-cliff, injuries.
He's a year older, but Tua's healthy for now. They have the same. They didn't really bring anyone in besides 35-year-old Waller and another like Malik Washington or another receiver. There's nothing really changed over there. So to get him,
I think
3 rounds later,
I'm in agreement that he's probably properly priced in for all the risk. It's just kind of crazy to see. Like, it's a very good pick.
Yeah. I'm not like actively
comparing to like
him,
Mike Evans, Ted McMillan, Sutton, even Higgins. Like, Hill probably, I think, beats all of those if he even stays somewhat sane and healthy. I think that's
if he plays 17 games, he has the potential to beat a lot of receivers taken before him.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think his range starts after JSN. So that's where I'm leaning. Other big news was Terry McLaurin finally signed his contract.
Zero surprise there.
No surprise. Was always
all you got to do is you got to worry about is he ready to play football? Like,
and is he? That's my question. Is like we've seen this now with holdouts where CeeDee Lamb last year, and there's an increased risk of injury, but it's also just they're just not in game shape. They miss all training camp. So, Terp, I'll start with you. Just in any draft, now that he signed the contract, it does take away a little uncertainty, even though we all kind of knew it would probably get to this point. But where are you taking Terry McLaurin, and are you confidently taking Terry McLaurin in your drafts in the main event and possibly future 5K, 10Ks that you might be participating in?
I mean, I'm a fan. I know people don't really love him this year. They didn't love him with this whole holdout stuff, but he's going to be Jaden Daniels' favorite target. And in an offense that's going to be, they're going to have to put up points. That division is going to put up points. The Eagles, the Cowboys, their schedule's a little bit tougher. I like him this year. I think where he's being drafted is a perfect spot. If you're at the end of he's never going to get moved up. It's too late in the process for him to get moved up. So where he's being drafted around guys like, if you trust Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison, or you trust Jaden Daniels with Terry McLaurin, Garrett Wilson with Justin Fields. We love Marvin Harrison. We love Garrett Wilson, but do we really love their quarterback situations? No.
I think they both have more
built
upside.
in.
That's really it. I think they both have more upside.
We love the upside. Garrett Wilson could get 5,000 targets this year, but we don't know if any of them are going to be catching
5,000 targets over his head.
Now, Aidan, I have a question. Adams is now falling.
This surprises
now that we know Stafford is playing.
Yeah, it's Puka was a first-round pick and Devonta Adams was a third-round pick.
Right, and now
before
he's
the
falling.
Stafford uncertainty. Yeah. Stafford's back in practice, and their ADPs haven't readjusted. Is that just? I'm going to answer your question with the question. Is that just concern about, Stafford's ability to last throughout the season? It's odd to me because now that he's back, I thought Puka would start sniffing that 1-2 turn again. Well, he's kind of stayed early to mid-second, and Adams, is at some points fallen almost 2 rounds where he was going, and the news about Stafford is positive. He's practicing. I don't know. That's not answering your question. Surprising to me. It's surprising to me that Adams and Puka haven't moved back up. I know Jake is sick between Pickens, Ridley, and J-Mo in 3 of the last 7 picks.
Well, there's definitely
I'm not going to lie. Just a little tickle right there.
There's definitely a player that is on the board right now that I would take if I was Terp. He won't do it, but he should.
Is this your Stephen A?
Definitely not doing it. So
yep, he should do it, but he won't. But someone.
Jake, how about you change the name and dive into that player? You're ride or die this year.
Once he gets
he goes, fair enough. All right. On the
change it right after that.
That's a little early for Pacheco, no, Jake? First off, in these drafts, after I mocked someone for taking Josh Jacobs 3 years ago, I'll never do it again, and it's go get your guy time. I didn't mean that in a little early, as in what are you doing? I just meant it as a little early, wow, I haven't seen Isaiah Pacheco that high.
If Terp had this team in a main event, I'd be jealous. I still like it. Don't get me wrong, but this is
a rookie sensation,
young upside.
I love
a little
young juice.
I like it.
You have who the most tenured players are Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors.
Your average age is probably 22 and a half.
Yeah. Well, Egbuka's probably Egbuka might be the oldest player or Henderson on this team.
Yeah.
My stance with Puka, I actually said his name right, but my stance from the beginning has always been the same. I love the player coming out of college. He's my favorite receiver coming out of the draft, but he landed in the worst spot. People can argue that all they want. Godwin, McMillan, Evans, Otten in some regards, with Baker, new offensive coordinator. There was a lot of questions, but the run out has been the absolute nut run out. McMillan getting hurt, Otten now hurt. Godwin, who knows? Even if he comes back, do you actually are you believing in that?
Nope.
So I don't know. To me, it's just you just can't not take him in a format like this because main events, he's getting a little uncomfortable for me. He's getting to a point where it's I don't know if I really love him at that spot. He's going to get in the 4th rounds of some draft. Yeah. When you look at people who draft earlier, probably got him in the 7th, 8th, 9th round type of situation.
9th, 10th.
One player we really want here.
Yeah, I'm all set with Godwin. At first, when Foles came out and said
Godwin,
no, I'm all set. I don't want Godwin. He's coming
0% Godwin.
That injury. I don't even think he's gonna be fully healthy until week 8 to 10.
Godwin's going to be a great pick next year when his ADP is deflated because he sucked rightfully and barely played.
That's a good pick.
Was Ricky Pierce?
Fist bump for us.
Oh, it was Tyler.
I like that pick.
Keep the rookies, keep the young blood going. Let's get the blood flowing, team. No old farts.
Turp
But,
and Steve G, like young men. That's the
Lockstep.
headline
We're
from
in
this
lockstep.
draft. They
right
love
here.
young
Love
men.
it. I mean, Jameson Williams was like
If you're
that stung the heart a little bit because
the
Jameson
Leonardo
Williams is-
DiCaprio of fantasy footballers, only
So,
25
Ian,
and under.
someone in the comments said something about like I think it was Terry. They like Terry as much as Debo.
Yeah, no, they like Debo. Just
Yeah.
What is there to like about Debo? He's had one good season.
I agree with that comment. I actually agree with it.
You're a Debo guy?
dude. Jake
Debo guy.
Jake is a fucking.
I like Jake. He brings the
45-year-old
Goomba.
I-
He brings a
I
little
am a
flavor to
Debo
us. He's not an agree guy.
I'm not. Listen,
Wait, but like Debo
I-
at ADP over Terry, or just
I would rather have Debo in the 6th or 7th than Terry in the 4th.
even though
that's
he's
just-
fat.
Yeah, I mean, he can be fat all he wants. You know, they just got rid of Brian. He's
Jake,
going to
if you
get
take
carries out
away
of the
his
backfield.
14, if you take out his 1,400-yard season, I think he's averaged like 800 like something yards.
Right. And if he was on the 49ers, I wouldn't touch him, but he's in a new offense. They traded for him for a reason. They're going to use him in the backfield. They're going to do jet sweeps. He's going to play the slot. He's going to play the outside. They have plans for Debo. Everything out of camp looks good. The preseason games look good. He's going to have a huge. They needed a player like Debo. You know, last year the offense ran through Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, and then a little bit Ertz back end of the year. But Debo's.
I don't know if Breezy in the chat knows that Team 10 is freaking Terp on stream.
Breezy, we're
They're
looking
got
at
4
you.
rookies. How do you feel about that? Terp feels
We feel
fucking
real
good about it.
that. It's all about Danny Dimes. We're just
Can you
putting
talk to
all
me
our
about
chips
Tyler
in
Warren?
on Danny Dimes.
What Tyler Warren's been getting steamed up surprisingly. What is it? The
Which,
preseason
in all
highlight?
seriousness, I don't
understand it.
I don't
What
have
is
that
it?
much Tyler Warren. I'll be the first person to raise my hand and say that. My partner has a ton of Tyler Warren, and like looking at it, like if Daniel Dimes, the Super Bowl hero, whatever names I'm going to come up with him, then I just try to put it in my head that he's going to be good. If he comes through, I mean, all those guys are going to kill ADP. They're going to kill where they're being drafted. Pittman's, I don't know about Downs, but Warren, Pittman, Jonathan Taylor, they're all going to be just ridiculous values if he's decent.
People
He
are
doesn't need to
sleeping
be a
on
superstar.
Taylor. People are sleeping on Jonathan Taylor for sure.
Well, like, what do you mean by sleeping on it? I mean, with consistency.
I mean, he's going on the
pick.
round, but you know,
Like-
you could argue he should be a back end of the first round pick. I mean, Richardson's not going to be able to take away the touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor looks good in camp. He's healthy. Towards the end of the year, last year he was averaging like 30 carries a game. You know, he has no like real backup. That Tyler Goodson and DJ Giddens are not a threat to his workload. I just, you know,
Not at all.
I think he's gonna.
I like DJ
You and
Giddens,
Steve
but
you and Steve got to be loving just real quick butting in that. You got Warren and
Here he
the
goes.
tight end run.
best pick of the draft right there. Good job, Fat Frankie. DeAndre Swift.
the DeAndre withstand right here.
You got-
Our boy
you got
Jake.
it.
Terp, what if I ruined Jake's fun and just boot him off screen before?
Just
he left?
put him in timeout.
Is
We'll
DeAndre
just wait
Swift-
till somebody drafts newly acquired Kansas City Chiefs practice squad player Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and we're gonna boot you off stream later too.
See, there you go. That was a perfect spot for Rice. He's got his starting lineup pretty much.
Stephen A. Swift.
Yep.
Jake, do you know the story? Terp does, I know. Do you, as a Swift stan, how do you respond to the rumors / allegations from 2 seasons ago that DeAndre Swift murdered someone in Philadelphia?
I don't even.
Terp, do you
Yeah.
remember that? Do you remember those
I
rumors?
heard about it, but I didn't
Anyway.
think about it.
Jake, I'm pretty sure last time on you were on, but DeAndre Swift you have labeled as your ride or die for this year. And you have changed your name to Stephen A. Swift. You are the leader. You are a different group of Swifties. DeAndre Swift is paying you monthly to hype him up. Please, I'll let you make your money.
Do you want to know how much I like Swift? I would have taken him over RJ Harvey, Isaiah Pacheco, Tony Pollard, and Chuba Hubbard. I wouldn't have drafted him that early, but I value him. I think he would do better than all those players. The Bears did not draft a running back until the 7th round. They did not sign any running backs. Roschon Johnson, there's been no news on him since the beginning of August. Montague's been hurt. He wasn't pass blocking good. You watch the last preseason game with the Bears versus the Chiefs. Swift looked good. He was getting targeted out of the backfield. His cuts looked good. He was on the field for every first, second, third down for the first 3 drives of the Bears offense. If Ben Johnson thought Swift was a scrub, I understand what happened in Detroit, and I think Swift's work ethic in Detroit was different than it is now, and that's why he pivoted. But if Ben Johnson thought Swift was a bum, he would have brought in someone talented to compete with him. He didn't. It's a new offense with new weapons and new offensive line, and I think Swift is. This is going to be my hot take. He would, as long as he stays healthy and they do not sign anyone, he will be a top 15 running back. Sticking to that.
Well,
See how next pick goes.
all our credibility
You-
on this show has been lost because Jake loves DeAndre Swift. You're not the only one.
You see.
You make a good case. I can't get behind it because bad football players, even with volume, doesn't always amount to fantasy success.
2023 Rashard White.
Yeah, but there's exceptions to the rule. Look at every time Benny Snell was the Steelers running back and getting all those carries. It doesn't matter if you stink. Love Benny.
Volume
Snell.
is king. I'm high on that offense. I'm high on Caleb, Swift, Moore.
I am high on that offense.
And Drone.
Is one of my guys.
That offense to me, we talk about it, but it's a wild West right now because you really don't know anything.
We know
There's somebody
Zacchaeus
I want here. Let's see if
is
we're
going to
in
be scoring
lockstep here.
touchdowns and piss everyone off. But
I'm pretty sure my partner does not want the same player I do. So let's see what we go with.
Rarity.
It's kind of a flat range, all things considered. It's kind of ugly when we're looking at what's available.
You think
There's some guys that you like, but
do you think quarterbacks are going to get pushed up a little more in a format like this?
I don't think so. I was hoping Mahomes fell. He's not answering, so I'm worried.
I don't know. There's a couple running backs that are still out there. I don't know. There's
Kirk, is it a running back you want?
No.
Oh, wow.
There's one receiver out there for sure. I think I know who they're going to. I already know who they're going to take.
I want to stay on brand, but
yeah. Did you want Matthew Golden?
that's who I wanted. I don't.
Yeah.
So can we build a team that doesn't have anyone with more than a year of NFL experience? Is that possible? I think so. I mean, obviously it is. You could just think, but a good team with it. This is getting a little crazy. I do like Tyler Tracy. The Scatterboo being
Tracy's
back
my
out-
guy, so that's fine. I don't. At the end of the day, we need running backs, so there's a chance that the guy that I wanted is still going to come back here, and if he does, we might take him.
I would have taken them then because if you look at the board, these guys all need that position, and
You do. It's okay if they do. I mean, at the end of the day,
they're still solid players.
there's still so much.
Jake, what are you making of Jakobi Meyers? Anyone these days can have a trade.
I don't think he holds much leverage asking for a trade or a new. Why are you going to do that a week before?
Yeah, so quick. So I'm assuming his ADP doesn't move, but does it at all affect your standing on him? Because I think he's a very, especially in a format like this, I think Jakobi Meyers is a great pick. Because I think he's just going to be the epitome of consistency. Maybe the ceiling's not the highest, but the floor is always going to be there, and that's what you want in this type of standalone league.
Right. I mean, they obviously have Bowers, but he is still the wide receiver one in the offense. And I know they signed Cooper, they drafted Thornton, but he's playing the slot. He should get the targets. I mean, he did good last year with Aidan O'Connell and Minshew. I mean, Geno's better than both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see. But in the 7th round, he's a wide receiver one, coming off a fairly good season with bad quarterback play. So. I think
Breezy said, shout out to Terp. I heard he's a GOAT of FFPC.
He's just okay.
Breezy?
At the end of the day, he's just okay.
He's
drafted
a guy.
McMillan
He's
in the
just
fourth.
a guy. He's the man.
That's okay. Where is our fearless leader?
I will just say, Dave, Alex, Steve G.
My fearless partner. He's not answering me.
I'll take the time right now to say I've been trying to get this video uploading. I made a nice little ad. It's not loading onto our StreamYard software. For anyone who loves drafting and loves saving animals, the FFPC Big Gorilla Labor Day Draftathon is starting this Friday, running through Monday. For each Big Gorilla draft that we fill, us here at the FFPC are donating $50 to the Gorilla organization in their efforts to help save mountain gorillas as well as improve the communities around them. We're very excited about this. Obviously, first year of the Big Gorilla, we had to go kind of on brand and went with the Gorilla organization. But yes, for anyone looking to get into more drafts or need a reason to get into draft, you draft in the Big Gorilla from this Friday through the end of Labor Day night. When you're drafting the Big Gorilla, you're saving real gorillas. It's the best way I can say it. So Labor Day weekend draftathon starts Friday. through Monday. Go draft in the Big Gorilla. Draft in the main event. Best ball tournaments are probably going to, knock on wood, look like they're going to be filling by Sunday, Monday. So if you're looking to get,
they'll be sold out by, my guess is Sunday. Once they start getting to like 500 teams, that'll motor through real quick.
But
Superflex should be sold out quick.
Yeah, then main event and bigger. But again, Big Gorilla. Go save some freaking real gorillas, guys. Go draft, and
Seriously.
then on top of it, you have a chance to win $1 million.
Come draft against me. I just entered 3 teams. I'll probably enter about 6 more as we get closer. Don't tell my wife. But yeah, we'll probably draft some more in Vegas.
You don't know. Mrs. Terp is watching this live stream.
She probably is. She knows I'm just messing around.
Terp, you guys took Travis Etienne in the 8th round.
On brand.
Love it. Love
Not
that.
on brand. Travis Etienne is a grizzled veteran by the standards of this team. But
that is true.
We talked about the Bears as a Wild West. We've been saying the Jaguars are one of them too. And if Etienne can emerge with Liam Cohen, who's really had a lot of success throughout his time with running backs, it could be a really boom pick in a team that's probably going to need one of your assumably late round running backs that are just going to continue peppering. One of them is going to have to pan out if you guys have any chance to win this league. Because let's be real, Henderson himself has some unknowns. What his work rate is going to be, how often he's used, what Ramondre's role is. But I think you're taking good flyers on guys who are not guaranteed, but if they get put in the position to be the clear starter, they're going to smash.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about Tracy a bunch. I've talked about Etienne a bunch. I'm not a Tank Bigsby guy. So where I stand with both these guys is I think both of them, fit this build perfectly. There's really no reason for us to take quarterback, all things considered. Like, I was hoping Patrick Mahomes fell to us. It didn't happen, which is okay. He didn't, but there's right now quarterbacks are going to get pushed even deeper. So we're set at pretty much the positions that matter. We're going to keep taking some running backs and handcuffs and things like that. But overall, extremely happy.
I love the Etienne.
He said he was. Yeah, I love Etienne. I'm an Etienne stan. So
he's my most owned player. He's going to be at minimum. He's going to be the pass catching back out of the backfield. Looked great in the preseason. I think he's 2 years removed from an RB3 season. I know he was rumored to be on the trade block, and he still could. But as long as he's still on the Jaguars,
it's not necessarily a bad thing though. If he's on the trade block and gets moved to certain teams, it could arguably be a better spot for him.
Right.
Real quick, I see all these people that are, saying we're going to catch up in Vegas in a couple weeks now. It keeps always a couple weeks, a couple months. Now it's a week away. You'll find me. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be there. I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday through both games. I'm out of there on the red eye on Friday. So come say hello. All of us will be there. Come say hello. Don't be a stranger. We'll catch up, make fun of each other, drink some beer, keep it moving.
Terp, I agree with
you. Make some motherfucking money. That's what
exactly. The goal is I don't come out there to do anything besides win $1 million.
Win $1 million and drink some high noons.
There's still a dark horse. Terp, there's still a dark horse QB1 on the board. I won't say it yet, but he's my dark horse QB1.
Ooh,
I'm going to say it because at the end of the day, I look at it like this way. If somebody is watching this stream and they're spending this kind of money and they're worried about who I'm picking, they shouldn't be.
There's also no guarantee that
Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence are the 2 quarterbacks that, would be the apple of my eye.
Who's Jake's dark horse QB1?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
I don't care. Say it.
Dak Prescott.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just makes too much sense.
He is good every other year. He has Pickens.
I'll say Justin Fields.
He has no chance. No way.
Justin Fields, man.
He's a running back.
He can't throw the ball 5 yards with accuracy. He can't even throw it.
If Justin Fields plays all 17 games, he will be a top 6 quarterback, and I'd be willing to put money on that.
Okay, we can do that.
We'll talk after. We'll do
top 6, top 10, fine.
The second best receiving option is a running back.
Seriously, you're talking about he's throwing the ball to Allen Lazard still.
Dude, it's his rushing upside.
Anyways,
Rich, to answer your question, Jake is not drafting in this. Jake is an FFPC.
Jake is an employee.
He is not allowed to draft in this.
Me and Jake are banned from FFPC. I'm not banned. It's just as employees, we can't. Jake has 14 different company titles. Yeah, we are just here.
Jake would love to be drafting in this. So would Aidan.
Yeah, but
they're just not allowed.
But we're happily employed. I will trade in not being able to draft in this for an amazing job with the most amazing.
Preach, seriously, best fantasy football company in the world.
Damn straight. I'm a little. I guess Rashi is better. What are your guys' thoughts on? There goes Bill. What are your guys' thoughts on doubling up Rashi and Jordan Addison? Like I've seen teams who had both. And I guess that was back when it was like, oh, Addison will be suspended.
It's all about the build. At the end of the day, like if you're taking shots on those guys, like pretty sure it's not. I don't think it's 100% certain yet, but we know that Rice is going to get 6 games. And if he starts the season with 6 games, like it's awesome.
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed. Okay,
yes.
That's great news because now you know that he's not going to miss the fantasy playoffs. So if you're starting off, let's just use our build. If you're starting off, Brian Thomas, Lake Neighbors, McMillan. I'm gonna butcher his name again. Abuka.
Buka.
Got it?
On. Yeah, there we go.
Abuka.
Yeah.
And then you take a Rashi Rice. It makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
If you're taking Rashi Rice as your second receiver or third receiver, yeah, it's not for me. Because in a format like this, you can get put behind the 8 ball too much.
Right.
You know what's kind of crazy to see?
He went right where I thought. 6-7 turn. That's exactly
Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason right next to each other. It makes sense, but I feel like Aaron Jones is getting disrespected a little because he had a really good year with them.
I mean, you got to give him the edge because of the passing down work. But
like I'm just saying, like literally back to back, it's just a little surprising to me.
Yeah, Mason's gonna have a role for sure. I mean,
I mean, Mason's by all accounts are like going to be like the goal line back. And Jones is going to get hurt. I get that, but I still feel as though Jones, who still looks really good, I still think when healthy is going to be like the main guy there. Like the fact, I think there should be some separation between them. That's just my opinion. I see Kevin in the chat saying, "Aidan, what are you smoking?" And I forgot it. Literally within a minute, forgot about my field steak. It was like, "Am I doing something weird? Like what? Like am I talking funny?" And yeah, I mean, I'm here to drop hot takes, as Jake said. What's the point of me just being lame? That is my take.
Right. I agree.
But I do believe in that. I'm a big believer in Fields, if healthy, is going to. He doesn't have to be a good real life quarterback. Like he's not, but he's not been a good real life quarterback and been a top 8, 9, 7 quarterback with the Bears at his time with the Steelers, just because of that rushing floor.
So Cocktails and Dreams team.
Yes,
I like it a lot, and I love the Charbonnet pick at round 8 because I never really say, these players are going to get injured, blah, blah, blah. But Ken Walker is going to get injured. It's like he's already banged up in camp. He's probably not 100% healthy. And Zach Charbonnet he's a league winner.
He is a league winner.
Average like 17.
There's not many guys you can say are league winners. He's a league winner at the position.
He's a league winner. And there's no way they're not going to use him. They want to run the ball. He's going to have some standalone value.
I love Kenneth Walker May, June, but I feel like I'm off now. Because, like, I remember, all his usage last year, the Kubiak edition. He's the main guy, his receiving work. And all aside, Kenneth Walker's a really, really good running back. He just can't stay healthy. But there's just, like, between the injury, the positive Charbonnet buzz, it does feel like, there's, like, I'm very rarely ever being like, oh, you should draft 2 of the same team. Like, I feel as though, like, if you draft Kenneth Walker and then you also draft Zach Charbonnet, you are guaranteeing yourself a top 12 running back week in, week out.
It's tough because it's tough.
In this format, I don't disagree with you. In a main
this
event
format, not the main event. Not the main event. I'm talking about a standalone league. I would, if I was team 12, instead of Matthew Golden, I would have considered Zach Charbonnet. Or, like, I guess I would have, because now you're guaranteeing yourself the Seahawks starting running back, which is roughly like 17 points per game, I think, on average between them. There's like no drop off.
You know who's getting slept on a little bit and he's old and he's probably dirt, but Austin Ekeler. No one wants him, but when Robinson was out last year, he would put up, I think, like 18 or maybe it was like 17 or 18 points per game. Like, is he just not going to touch the ball? I mean,
it's just the role, the week to week. It's, as Turk kind of says, depressing the button. He's going to have some weeks where he's really involved.
Yeah, correct.
It's not going to
be a lot more difficult to predict that, but
doesn't Krosky merit more profile as an Austin Ekeler type back than a Brian Robinson type back?
This goes back to, is Chris Rodriguez the real undervalued one?
That's what I'm saying. I've been taking him at the end of every single draft I'm doing because he looked great in the preseason and he profiles more like Brian Robinson than Krosky, Merritt, and Ekeler do. So I don't know. I mean, obviously Krosky, Merritt has the most upside, but he's,
Mo Jenkins is in the chat. Mo, you got to bring.
He better not stand up right now because he's going to be way too excited.
You got to bring him a Dak jersey to Vegas because Terp might be a bigger Dak fan than you this year. I've never seen someone like noted Philadelphia Eagles fan Dave Terpoilli loves Dak Prescott.
It's just too hard to like not love him. It's forget the team, forget the bias, forget all that stuff. He has 2 ridiculously good receivers. A defense that's very average outside of Parsons, so we don't even know who's going to play. And if he doesn't play, they have not a single guy in the running game that anybody wants to draft. So if I'm the coach, I'm making sure Dak's protected, and I'm throwing them guys the ball all the time. Ferguson, Pickens, Lamb, all the time, every time.
So, Aidan, I saw someone in the – oh, sorry, you can go, Terp.
You're good.
No. I'll put it back up, Rich.
So Rich. So Brian Robinson was out last year. I don't know he was out 2 weeks. Ekeler had 11 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. So that's 10.2 points plus 4 catches for 41 yards. That's another 8.1. So we're over 18 points there. Week after that, 13 carries, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. So we're at 16, 2 catches, 7 yards. So we're at 18 again. Yeah. So the 2 weeks Brian Robinson was out, Ekeler averaged 18.
What weeks were those?
I
was just to say, were also some of these weeks where Daniels wasn't rushing because of the rib injury, so they kind of had.
No, I think the rib injury was a little bit. The rib injury was against Carolina. So yeah, you might be right because this was 2 weeks after.
Yeah,
but
so I'm just saying that's just a factor. I mean, Daniels as well. Guys, I have a trade question for us. Redraft full PPR. He's trading away Bijan and Waddle. Names. Stop, I got this. Bijan and Waddle,
please,
for Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, and Ramondre Stevenson. So in reality, it's Bijan and Waddle for Derrick Henry and AJ Brown.
No.
He has Baker, Garrett Wilson, Higgins, Bijan, Bucky, Andrews. This is a loaded team.
No, I'm keeping Bijan and Waddle for sure.
I can't even read that. It's just tricky to me. Terry, I'm sorry.
Bijan and Waddle for Henry and AJ Brown.
No. Bijan.
I think it's close. Bijan's better than Henry, but AJ Brown is way better, I think, than Waddle.
If Tua stays healthy, Waddle will be fine. The targets will definitely be there.
I say no, because you have a really good team as is. But
I mean, Bijan hasn't even shown his full potential yet. He hasn't even exploded like he can.
Pause.
Yeah.
God, I can't really even talk to Terp about his draft because pretty much every pick is like one of his guys that we've talked about.
It's brand, man. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
on
brand for both me and Steve.
Please tell us about Trey Benson, as though we haven't talked about how you like Trey Benson.
Is his only bad pick, honestly.
Oh, you don't like Ted McMillan?
He's my highest receiver, so
I don't remember if we went over this, but let's go over it again.
Yeah, I'm not a Ted McMillan.
So get Steve G. Get Steve G in here.
I'm waiting for him to come on. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, maybe he's here. I just haven't seen
something.
No, he's not here yet. Yeah, Sean, I'm looking forward to seeing you too, man. Sean, what are you drafting in? I'm intrigued. I'm assuming Super Bracket because he was a one-man sales team. But you guys think Chuck
people in the chat they're looking to say hi? Come to the Thursday night party. It's fun. We will all be there. Come say hello. Like don't be a stranger.
Good food, burger sliders.
Friday night, Friday morning at 9:00. If you want to come make fun of me, you can do that. I make fun of everybody that I draft most of the time. So please come and ridicule me the whole time, but just don't say any players I like because
guys, I got another one. FFPC Dynasty. Josh Jacobs, Jawan Jennings for Kamara, Odunze, and Kendra Miller.
I'd probably rather the Kamara, Odunze, and Miller side.
Yeah. Boys, he's here. We've said his name an infinite number of times.
Steve G. Here we go, baby. Let's
infinite number of times throughout this year, and he is joining us for live draft coverage, drafting out of the 10th spot with Terp. Steve G. Steve.
Oh, man.
Sir.
What's going on over here?
I tip my cap to you,
now,
sir.
Tell him.
We didn't know if we wanted to make this an NWO type thing and say who's the third man. Or we're gonna do a Mega Powers thing, find Miss Elizabeth, but we decided to join forces. So It's the easiest clicks I've ever had because we're on the
Easiest clicks.
exact same guys.
Yeah, I mean,
No
Turp
tricky
and you are the
stuff here.
same freaking person. It's like every draft we
It's
did, it was
scary,
like,
man. It really is.
The only fucked up thing I did tonight is I was texting somebody else. I thought I was texting Terp when we took Tracy. All right. Because we were gonna take Golden or Charbonnet, and I screwed that up. But I still like Tyrone Tracy, so I think that, you know.
Turp likes Tyrone Tracy.
I thought
too.
you took Tracy because I didn't take Tracy, so I thought you hit it.
I did hit it.
So I thought
I
you
did
hit
hit
it.
I did hit it.
I was going to take Golden there, but it's okay.
Whatever. Listen, this is what it is. I mean, this team's young. This team's young. Everybody's saying it's the young team, but you got guys that could explode.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan, I think this kid's a stud, and I think Puka's a stud. So,
Jake, here we go. Before we came on, Jake doesn't like Ted McMillan.
I heard him.
I want Jake. Can you elaborate, please, for the people?
Yeah. So I said it last podcast too, and I got a bunch of hate for it. I am one of the very few people who does not like Ted McMillan. I just don't think that Bryce Young, I get it. Dave Canales is going to force this guy 150 targets, blah, blah, blah. Last year, Bryce Young had a very good last 3 games. He did good because he was spreading the ball around to Thielen, to Coker, to Leggett, to Jatavian Sanders. That is how Bryce Young will succeed, is by spreading the ball around. Bryce Young is not good enough to overcome top cornerbacks in double coverage. He's not going to fit those balls in the tight windows that people think like McMillan's going to get. You know, he could have 150 targets, but it's going to be.
McMillan can go up and get it.
I was about to say, McMillan's a guy who you don't need to. You just toss it.
But is Bryce Young good enough to pinpoint? He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to fit the ball in these tight windows. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. Aaron Rodgers will force the ball to DK Metcalf in tight windows, but Bryce Young is not there yet. So I'm telling, but you can force me.
But I was just going to say, Canales has proved himself smart enough where he's not even going to put Young in a position to be forcing it into tight windows to McMillan. It's going to be just a bunch of schemes on crossing routes like McMillan ran at Arizona. I'm not even the biggest McMillan guy either, just for reference. I'm just not completely out on him because the upside is there. I think the concern is that, and Steve, I'd love to hear your thoughts on, is it very possible that the Bryce Young end of season was just a mirage? He got a weird 6-week hot streak, and the reality is that he's just not a good quarterback, and that affects McMillan.
There's always a possibility, but let us make the pick here. Tarp, what are you thinking on this one?
I mean, I like our boy Strange. If not, then Drake May.
No, you are on the.
I think that we wait a little bit more on the second QB. I think we take Strange here because by all regards, this guy is going to get a lot of targets all at Jacksonville. So
and we're building that Jacksonville fun. We're building that Jacksonville
fun. And Strange.
I mean, yeah, and then maybe we decide to do a stack, even though it's a managed league. So
strange it is.
So here's my take on Bryce Young. Okay, I don't like short quarterbacks. Okay, because they have prom scene over the line. That's just me. Okay. Now, is it a mirage? I don't know. I mean, we all understand that, he's a number 1 pick. The system might work for him. Maybe we could do the same magic that happened for Baker Mayfield. But, I mean, I just think that out of this particular offense, I think Ted McMillan could go up and get it, even if Young is getting pressure.
For sure. He can just throw it up.
He could just throw it up. I just feel that the kid's talented because I don't watch a lot of college football. But one of the Sopranos, that Michael Reddy, he walked in. I want to say it was end of September or middle of September. Walks in the office and says, "Dude, we're gonna take this kid from Arizona next year." Yeah. I'm like, who, what, when? So he said that about Ted McMillan and he said that about Harold Fannin, and those are 2 guys I really like.
Yeah.
So, and it was early in the season. So dude, I like that.
Tech McMillan, I respect that. I mean, real ones knew entering the season, but I think Tech McMillan, his first game last year in college had like 250 and 3, and that was and then it was only from there. I mean, he actually.
This is not a knock on Ted McMillan. This is a knock on Bryce Young.
I know that.
Like, oh,
I respect that. I respect that.
It's
not a McMillan issue. It's a scheme
Bryce Young
issue.
has been benched multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he is not Mayfield yet. They tried this with Deontay Johnson last year. They tried to force him. Deontay Johnson is not Ted McMillan. Ted McMillan is far more talented, but I just don't see it happening until Bryce Young shows improvements. And
if you had told me, because I watch a lot of college football, that Bryce Young wasn't even somewhat successful in the NFL, I would have been calling you insane, because that dude is one of the better college players.
On the clock.
I just
we'll
think
get back into
we're back at OTC.
Yeah.
But,
see what we got.
but
Chris Godwin would have been a conversation.
It would have been in the conversation, even though it would have been in the conversation. It would have been in the conversation.
You know where my stance is here.
Yeah, I know.
Will Shipley.
Yeah, I think that's the play. We did it last night also. I think that's the play. That's the pick.
Running backs going to start drying up here soon. I mean, it's
I was 100. We know who we're going to take after this, but this is the pick. I'm taking him, 100%. He's another league winner. We mentioned Charbonnet. If something happens to Saquon, this is another league winner.
Steve, there's been so many people are off on Saquon, right? He's been dropping over the course of the summer. And I always say, well, the flip side of that is you got to be investing in Will Shipley, because if Saquon's workload last year is going to wear down, it's not going to be the same. Well, then that means Will Shipley is going to be due for a big opportunity. And again, if he doesn't pan out, if that's at some point maybe this season, if Saquon's staying healthy, you just cut him. But this is a guy who is in the best offense in the NFL, behind the best offensive line in the NFL, was super talented in college, and the Eagles seem to really like. And if Saquon does wear down, as not to make Terp upset, history and precedent shows that he probably will, although he is a freak athlete. So who knows?
Non-biased. You're right.
Shipley, though, is – and there's going to be a question, too, of, like, Shipley will never have standalone value, but you would assume they use him a little more, cognizant of how much work Saquon got, and just, use Shipley to try and curtail Saquon's workload, especially probably early in the season.
But my problem's not with Barkley. I love Saquon Barkley as a fantasy player. My problem is I love him, but my problem is clicking him 3 to 6 overall, 7, 8 overall. I have a problem doing that only because of what he's coming off of last year, and he has been injured in the past. It's not out of the ordinary for this guy to get hurt. So he's a running back. I mean, same thing with McCaffrey. Like, we wanted to take McCaffrey last night. We had the game plan. And then
Lamb fell.
And then Lamb fell. But we said it. We said if we take McCaffrey, we're gonna cuff him. I mean, I bet Brian Robinson is going to be some explosive running back if he goes down. But I mean, me and Terp are managing some teams that because I'm overloaded on teams, and some of the main event teams, and every time, like you said, Aidan, every time I took Kenneth Walker, I took Jack Charbonnet. There's not one Kenneth Walker.
Even in the main event.
Even in the main event. You know why? Because if I'm taking Kenneth Walker, I took 3 wide receivers before him. Mm-hmm. So if Kenneth Walker goes down, who are my running backs? He's my lead running back.
So you're guaranteeing yourself the Seahawks RB1, which is
absolutely
fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at some point, you got to make that decision.
I like Barkley, and I would take him. I wouldn't take him before Chase Lamb, Bijan, or Gibbs, but I would take him at 5 with no problem. I think he's a safe pick. If you handcuff him with Shipley,
you would take Barkley over McCaffrey?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I would.
Yeah,
it would be close.
One team. You're taking Barkley over McCaffrey?
I think we hit
one standalone.
I love Saquon Barkley. I'm not hating on either way.
I'm also saying we're in an age where athlete recovery is just so much more advanced. Mm-hmm. That even from a couple of years ago, there was constant innovation, and Saquon Barkley is truly one of the freakiest athletes on the planet. Like, if anyone could be entirely fine, like I think the narrative is a bit overblown, rightfully due to historical precedent, but I think Saquon is a different type of player.
Right, and I think behind that offensive line, he's taking less hits. He doesn't have to play the whole game now. If they're in a blowout, Shipley's coming in.
Yeah, but it's also like they might, in a positive side, is his receiving work may get higher because the Eagles just ran through so many teams. And granted, yes, that meant Saquon was getting the ball a lot. But, I mean, the defense has declined a bit in Philly. It's still very good. But if they're in closer games or sometimes even down, they're going to be passing, and Saquon's going to be on the field for that.
What you said is 100% accurate. The 2 biggest weaknesses right now with the Philadelphia Eagles are, number 1, the pass rush, which is a wild unknown. Hunt and Jalen Smith Nolan Smith on the outside. they're young and they're talented, but we don't know that much about them. And the second biggest issue is a cornerback too. Adoree Jackson, Keelan Ringo. No,
This is
I
good.
mean, teams could
for-
really pick on them and
Yeah.
really make it hurt.
This is good for fantasy, though. This is good for Brown, Smith. Like, I've pretty much been off of Devonta Smith because, when they
I
brought
think it's
in
really
Saquon-
great for the passing game. I feel like the passing game, people are worried about A.J. Brown, rightfully so, because he's been out all camp with a hamstring. He was out on the practice field today. Devonta Smith was out on the practice field today. It was perfect. So
I used to be a Devonta Smith truther. I used to love drafting Devonta Smith, but I've had him the last 3 years, and he's so inconsistent.
He's a better real life football player
Than fantasy football.
He's a really good
1000%.
football player. It's just he's very content. Some games just I'm not going to get targets funneled my way. I'm going to be a distraction, a decoy. Some games are just going to be running the ball. If he was on a different team, believe it or not, he'd be so much better. It's just the role he's in, and he's happy to play it because it wins Super Bowls. It's tough. He got drafted, I think, in the 5th round this draft at the 508.
Well, I think that them getting Barkley hurt it. It hurt him.
Yeah,
Because
he's going to have great weeks, but again, clicking the button, there's going to be weeks you're having in it. He's going to go 3 catches, 22 yards, and that's all you get, and you just don't know when it's going to. And then you bench him, and then that's when he has his 7 for 100 and
100%. It's frustrating sometimes because when I'm taking a 0 RB build, Devonta Smith's maybe my 4th or 5th wide receiver. Someone goes down, I got to put. It's just tough. Yeah, I like Devonta.
He's not.
That's all. It's a way different pick.
He's not the most typical.
Well, OTC. I think either 1 or 4. Terp.
There's a name I would take.
Aiden, back to Devonta Smith, 2022. He had 136 targets, 95.
Scott Bateman is the guy that's leading my clubhouse.
I was
Terp, what are you thinking here? What are you thinking here on this pick? Well, OTC.
Bateman, Harold Fannin,
DJ
Giddens.
I was thinking DJ Giddens. I was thinking take another RB here. We'll make up on the wide receivers later on. We know what we want to do.
So back to Devonta Smith, Steve G.
Yeah.
2022, 136 targets, 95 catches, 1,196 yards, 7 touchdowns. 2023, 112 targets, 81, 1,066, and 7. And then last year when they got Barkley, I know he missed a couple games, but 89 targets, 68 catches, 833 yards, 8 touchdowns was pretty good. But I think them getting Barkley and having a run game.
You can't look at the overall season stats. He's kind of become a spike player.
That's exactly it.
I agree with
he doesn't fit the mold of your Xavier Worthy, Jameson Williams, like best ball players. But Devonta Smith is a way better best ball player.
100%.
Redraft.
Go look at Devonta Smith 2022, 2023 game log stats. If I'm looking at 2023 right now, 7 catches, 447, 547, 679. He was
giving me
it wasn't,
That's someone's social security code you just shared, Jake.
No, I'm just, I'm a fact.
Jake, here's the question that I'll pivot and Terp up. If you're concerned about AJ Brown and his hamstring,
you are up next.
Devonta Smith might be the wide receiver 1 there. And
now you are on the clock.
Back OTC for us.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear the thought process, fellas.
All the guys we mentioned last time are still there.
Either one is good with me. Your pick on this one.
Bateman.
Either one is good with me.
Bateman.
I'm a Bateman stan, so
either one's good with me.
Yeah, that's your what? Fifth?
That's our 5th wide receiver.
I like
but
that.
I don't think we're gonna go with more than 6 wide receivers. I think we're gonna unless
I didn't put my Terp take out for today, so let me put that on Twitter now.
There's no point, especially right. This isn't best ball, right? You can pick up receivers who emerge
100%.
And when you're taking 4 receivers in your first 5 picks, I mean, if those guys suck, your team's dead in the water. You don't. You need to be trying to dart throw. Quarterback, tight end, running back, especially running back when you invest so early in receiver. I got to ask, was there any consideration, clearly not, at Trevor Lawrence? And obviously this format not as important, but filling that stack and quarterbacks are kind of rolling? Or or is it just not the?
Not really. Because because worst case scenario, I'll take Jake's favorite quarterback, Bryce Young late. So we'll be all right.
I don't have a problem taking a flyer on Bryce Young as a QB2. I don't. It's just he's gonna have to. If I whiff on Ted McMillan, that's.
Listen to me.
I'll bite
If you ever see me take Bryce Young as a quarterback, even as a backup, smack me when you see me in Vegas. Okay? I'm not going to do that.
Best ball, though? You wouldn't take him in best ball?
Best ball is different. I'm talking about in a league like this. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, no shot.
There's no chance that I'm doing that.
I mean, I'd roll with one at that point. Like
100%. Well, we rolled with one last night because we took Lamar, and then Terp had to go do another. Terp had to go do another draft, and our plan was to take another QB, but a couple of teams didn't take a second QB, so they're on the wire. So I took a flyer at a tight end. I'm not going to say the name. It was live on Chip Chases or whatever. So I took a flyer on a tight end, and it might work out. You never know.
So I'm not going to. I will expose Terp. Terp is running it back and has an 11 o'clock draft because he's a psychopath.
I have a 9 o'clock, a 9:30, and 11 o'clock.
Terp, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Drafted.
I love it how Jake, you always ask permission as though what's Terp?
Yeah, I'm going to say no. No, you can't ask me a question. I'm good.
You drafted Prescott in the 9th. You wanted to draft May in the 11th. The last time we were on stream, you told me you don't want to have to click between players. Drafting two quarterbacks like that might force you.
It's a little different of a league, though. You're right, but it's a little different of a league.
Like if you're drafting,
we're not really shooting for upside in this league. We're trying to get a little bit more of a.
You want security at quarterback.
Security, yes.
Yeah, like if Prescott went down or something.
This is a main event. I would never do that. I'm banking exactly what I said. I'm banking on Dak Prescott. I'm banking on.
Let's say you guys did that. Drake May against Las Vegas or Dak against Philly. Who are you starting week 1?
Dak.
Well, I mean, we have the free look, so
not.
No
free look. No free look.
No free look in this. No.
That's only
right.
We don't have
because you're drafting.
You're right. Well, Dak.
It's our job to know these things.
Dak.
So I'm in that exact spot in one of my leagues. Dak and Drake May are my quarterbacks.
I mean,
I'm going to stop playing my home leagues. I'm going to stop playing my home leagues because every morning I wake up with the most stupidest trade offers I've ever. I have one guy. I have one guy that I've been playing. That's my outside of fantasy, the best guy. The guy every morning, every day during the day, he's going to send me trade offers. I did one home league draft. I took Drake London in the first round just to piss everybody off. I wanted to go something different. Brian Thomas falls to me. Then I take the usuals, Pickens, Ridley. This guy, whatever the case is, I was going to take it Puka, and the young kid I was drafting with me says, I want to take Matthew Golden. It was like, I forgot what round it was, round 10 or something, 11. So he was trying to trade me for Ridley. He sends out a trade to somebody. Emeka Egbuka, he has Godwin. He has Josh Allen. He sends out a trade, Emeka Egbuka, and Jaden Higgins, okay, for Khalil Shakir. And he makes that trade.
My home leagues keep me alive. Steve, I started my home league, my home league, 7th grade. We're on year 14 now. Same guys, just keep rolling.
Better than that. Home leagues are the best leagues. That's how we all got started.
My college.
I have 2 leagues. I have 2 leagues of my own that we've had. One's running for 11 years. It's a $2,500 entry. Okay, and then we have one that's drafting tomorrow. It's a 5K entry. Okay,
nuts, man. So
the 5K entry. But we used to have one that was 30K, but 3 guys are on vacation, so we can't. We got to wait 24 to 36 months, and we start that up. You know what I'm saying?
Steve G, you're gonna have to get me in some of these home leagues. I'll drive down from Boston.
Jake, anytime you want to draft with me, buddy, I'm more than happy to let you draft with me in these home leagues.
You got Jake's draft tingle, like his draft tingle going.
And whenever I'm drafted in Vegas, I got Jake walking around. I grab Jake. Jake, what do you think? If he doesn't give me the nod, I get upset. You know what I'm saying?
I'll look at a loser.
I guarantee you, Jake's always holding his football. Jake's always walking around with the football.
Jake last year, I think the last draft on Saturday night, we did an extra draft. We did it last minute, and everybody sat down for it. That probably wasn't one of my best drafts. I think the team finished 90th. But remember, I was drafting Godwin and Rice like I was going out of style. The same way I'm drafting.
And you were right. You were dead right.
I was drafting these guys like it's going out of style last year. I was. So He comes by. I'm doing a 0 RB build. I think my first 2 RBs were Montgomery, Chase Brown. Then I took Bucky Irvin in like the 8th, 9th, 12th round. And Jake walks by. He comes over to me. He goes,
Now you are.
I've been watching you draft all day. This is what's up. What's my best team? What's my best team? What are we doing here, Terp?
Harold Fannin.
I agree with you 100%.
I love it. No
But
debate.
you better hold him
necessary.
for the year, because if when the
I'm
Browns
not
suck,
giving up.
there's a chance that Njoku gets
Jake,
traded.
I got a lot of respect for you. Personally, that I know you, and I got a lot of respect for you. You told me last year, I think you and Mike loved Njoku, okay?
Yeah.
I've been drafting Njoku for years. Tell me one year that David Njoku has not missed 5, 6, 4, 7 games. I'm just curious when that doesn't happen.
I mean, he the injuries he's had range from high ankle sprain to like burning his face with fireworks.
I think he bruised his balls one day and he was missing games. This guy will miss game for any type of reason.
Dude, Harold Fannin like led the NCAA in receiving yards or
I'm telling you, the Michael Reddy, this guy's my resident genius. They went to Kentucky last week. I said Michael Reddy and Michael Carbone, 2 of the Sopranos. It would be like Christopher and Benny if you watch the Sopranos.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say Terp is Johnny Sack.
Uh-huh.
These guys are Benny. We're up next too, Terp. You make the pick. So if there would be Benny and there would be Christopher. So they went to Kentucky. They had a great time because you can't have a bad time with Farrell Elliott, with Dom Gazzetti, with all these guys. Had a great time, these kids.
Yeah.
So these guys watch college football. I do not, because number one, I have my hands in a million cookie jars. So I gotta go from here to there. If I gotta watch college football on Saturday, my girl's gonna throw me out of the house. Okay, if I do it. It's bad enough Sundays don't exist. So the first thing the kid Michael Reddy told me was September. I walk in the office. He goes to me about Ted McMillan. This kid, Pedro McMillan, we're drafting this guy next year. I go, whatever, man. Then he said Harold Fannin, okay? And believe me, I watched Harold Fannin play. If Njoku misses time, this guy's gonna go off. He's really good.
He's really
I
good.
agree.
I know the ship chasing guys love him because of his duck feet. So
Yeah, the ship chasing guys. We took Michael Pittman in the 8th. I didn't watch the live stream, but I think they didn't like that we took Pittman in the 8th. They were beating us up. So I got people texting me, "Oh, they didn't like your Michael Pittman pick." I said, they took
What's wrong with Pittman?
they took CMC and because I took him in the 8th round, me and Terp. I go, they took CMC and they didn't take another RB till like the 11th. They took Putin and Scatabo. They should worry about their own draft. I said, I don't worry about me taking Pittman.
Steve, the people in the chat room are wanting more of you. I know ship chasing always, and
they're good guys. I'm just saying that.
I'm saying they always do their crack rock draft. Not saying you're anything near crack rock, but maybe we need an annual Steve G draft because the people are loving you and agreeing with you that Terp is definitely Johnny. They said
100%. 100%. Look, at the end of the day, guys, none of us know. I did the 1st and 15 league. Listener draft. Those guys are really cool.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Abib said it the best. He goes, "We don't know everything."
No.
So we're just trying to piece things together. Sometimes I'm right. A lot of times I'm wrong. That's why I haven't won $1 million yet. But at the end of the day, you got to know football. You have to watch it. You have to understand builds. So I think that's, I figured that me and Terp are probably the best connection because number one, say it or not, he could beat everybody up in these chats. He does know his shit. When he puts together a build, like I've been talking to him because we've been prepping for these because we're gonna do a high society together that I put myself in. So as I've been talking to him, I realized how much knowledge he has.
Dude,
he
Terp
understands how to build a team. He understands how to build a team.
He's been doing this since Terp. What, you were 18? 18 years of age.
So how this all started, I can tell
you've been doing this.
I was sitting
more
on the
often than
toilet and I had a fantasy football magazine, and I saw a Wyckoff, who used to be the standard in fantasy football, ad. And I remember right after I got done on the toilet, I walked to my dad. I'm like, "Can we enter this?" And he looked at me like, it's $1,500 to enter or whatever it was. He's like, all right. The rest is history. Been here ever since.
It's great. It was great meeting. Papa Terp is the freaking man. Let me tell you.
Won't be out this year. Next year he'll be back.
Yes, there we go.
He'll be back. He's like an every other year guy. Vegas it's too hot for him.
I don't blame him on that. Guys, Nikki Banks, like one of the first comments was Nikki Banks talking about Jalen Coker back at 9 o'clock. Coker's been drafted. She said he should have gone sooner. Jake, I'm going to ask you, Adam Thielen traded to the Vikings. All reports are the Panthers love Jalen Coker. Maybe I'm asking the wrong guy because he hates Bryce Young. Jalen Coker, where are you valuing him as now the clear wide receiver 2 in Carolina and had some really good weeks last year?
I mean, he might be the wide receiver 3 because of Leggett, but regardless, I do like Coker. I was watching the Panthers press conference.
This is how I know Jake's a crazy man. Steve, he has handwritten notes from watching every preseason.
Love the handwritten notes.
He watches press conference.
That's the best.
He's watching press conference.
No, I mean, listen, I mean, some of my takes, people might think they're outrageous, but I recorded every preseason game, watched every preseason game with meaningful starting snaps, took notes.
You don't need to back your shit up. We know you know your shit. We love it.
But with Coker,
yeah,
it sounded like when they were talking about him on the press conference that, you know, he like, they were like, he's doing so good in camp. He's going to have a starting role. They're going to get him the ball. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, where you're getting him, it's not going to hurt you at all, and it's only upside. Right?
A month and a half ago, if you remember, some of the beat writers were saying they're going to cut Coker. He's not going to make the team.
Yeah, so that was some.
He was running the special teams until like 2 weeks ago. Now he's the best pick in the draft.
I was laughing. Me and Terp were going back and forth when we were getting our strategy today. After the Thielen trade was announced, I just texted him. I said, all my Coker shares in the early best balls are alive again. You know, because he's going to give you back. He's going to give you 3 or 4. He's going to give you 3 or 4 good games, without a doubt.
You guys are proud Cokeheads. Come on now, there we go.
Listen, I'm not a Coker head, but I'm going to tell you that you know, if you take a flyer in best ball, I wouldn't take him in redraft.
Yeah,
I think the Eligaiomana pick. I'm just going to say something.
Yeah,
this kid is really good.
He was great at Stanford.
He's really good, and you know, and everybody knows that I'm big on Ridley.
Travis Hunter, like emasculated Travis Hunter.
100%. Eric, so everybody knows I'm huge on Ridley. Okay, humongous on Ridley. I love Calvin Ridley. I think they really, besides Iomana, I don't think that there's a guy that's going to stand out. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Chicago. What happened?
I was saying Lockett and best ball. Lockett's going to have a couple of throwbacks.
Lockett's going to be okay. He's going to be serviceable. He's a guy that early on I was drafting, but
you're not drafting Tyler Lockett until it's like
he could be like 20. A favorite award early, but like long, if you're looking at the big picture type of thing, he's not a guy that you're going to be counting on when the money.
What about what do you guys think about? I don't know where is this on the depth chart, so I'm looking now, but Restrepo, because he was with Ward in college, right?
They released him.
They released him and re-signed him.
They released him.
Yeah, and he's on the practice.
He got released yesterday.
He very well is probably going to get called up at some point, but no, like I just don't see it at all. Guys, I got to ask you, Terp, I'm going to start with you, and then we'll go across to Steve and then Jake. I'm asking you a simple question: does Joe Mixon play football in 2025? Terp?
No.
Steve?
I don't think so.
Jake?
Yes, I think he eventually does.
When is your eventually range?
I think around week 10.
So would you say Chad's pick here and at the 1406 running back 60 is good value, or is Mixon just going to be irrelevant even when he comes back?
I mean, look at the guys drafted around him. I guess, Kyle Monaga, Blake Corum.
Manunga. It's not a best ball league. You take your shot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have put Rico Dowdle over Mixon, but it's not going to hurt you in the.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just a weird situation. They're non-committal.
OTC. I got a question. I know we got 2 guys that we're looking at. Rashard Smith or Sean Tucker. Which one do you think?
Probably
there's a right answer.
Probably Rashard Smith, but I like Sean Tucker too. They're 2 of my highest owned guys.
I think we take a share of Rashard Smith here. I have a feeling that this kid's gonna.
Tucker last night,
yeah. We took Tucker because we took Bucky Irving.
Yeah. Oh.
We took Tucker because we took Bucky Irving. Is why we took Tucker.
Correct. I like
You know what I'm
Smith.
saying?
I'm not a Pacheco guy, so
when you win the million because of JCM, are you going to spot Sean Green a main event team?
100%. I'll spot him too. But you know JCM. I'm just going to tell you how I decided that I want to draft JCM.
Yeah.
Okay. So this kid obviously had his problems. He only played in the one bowl game, MVP. All right. He doesn't get invited to the combine. Okay. He didn't get invited to the combine. He gets drafted by the Redskins.
Commanders.
I saw some tape on the Commanders. I'm sorry. I'm non political. So he gets drafted by the Commanders. I watch a little film, and I said to myself, "This kid is really good."
Yeah.
I drafted him actually early. I think I started drafting him in the 14th or 15th round. All right.
great.
And I could have probably gotten him in the 16th or 17th round. But I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm building these zero RB builds. I got to take this kid. He's my highest owned running back. In the main events, he's my highest owned running back.
Sean has been on JCM, Bill, since like before Bill was even like.
JCM, the steam is starting to slow down a little bit, which is good.
It has slowed down a bit because Chris Rodriguez is now floating.
Ninth round JCM is way better than.
What are we doing here, Terp?
To me, it's Cam Ward. We take the backup quarterback.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean it's.
I like.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
I already hit it.
Cam Ward's fine. The only reason he's got the same bye week. The only thing is the same bye week. Not that I care, but don't worry. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about what we'll do after.
At the end of the day, we're betting on Dak.
Yeah, 100%. He's not going to break our line.
I think Cam Ward has standalone upside, though. I think there's going to be some weeks with
Cam Ward is not a guy nobody's even talking about this year.
It's the least talked about quarterback number 1 overall pick I've ever seen. And I think he's really good. And every year in college, he improved dramatically. And he's going to have his rookie struggles. But he has improved from Eastern Washington to Washington State to Miami. He got better at every stop. He has rushing upside. He has improvisational ability. You know, he has Calvin Ridley there. He has Chigakonkwu. He has Tony Pollard. He has some proven pieces. It's not a complete dumpster fire of an offense. This is a guy who I'm buying, especially late. I think it might be a slower start, but come mid-season to the end of the season, I think Cam Ward's going to be put into some big weeks for fantasy owners. And I'm a believer in that. I don't see him not having a successful rookie season. I don't know what successful means. There's going to be some struggles, but Cam Ward's going to be a good NFL quarterback. I'm confident in that.
I believe I'm 100% behind Jake. I think Dak's going to be the QB1 this year.
Yeah, dark horse.
I don't think it's a dark horse. I think that the Cowboys are going to pass like crazy. Yeah,
they have no run game.
You have CeeDee Lamb, you have Pickens, even Ferguson, who's boring as shit. Ferguson, I love Ferguson.
Bad defense too. But
100%.
I got a question.
Especially if Parsons ain't there. A terrible defense.
What are your guys' opinion on Chuba Hubbard this year?
I was clicking him early. I was clicking him early
too, but
I haven't been clicking him.
So I was listening to a Theo Graminger podcast on Fantasy Point. And
Shout out Theo.
And I believe Scott Barrett said, I can't remember the exact quote, but Chuba Hubbard was like the worst ranked running back in, I don't quote me on this, but maybe points per target. Like it was out of a crazy amount of running backs too. They bring in Rico Dowdle coming off 1,000-yard year who can catch the ball out of the backfield and looked explosive in the preseason and was coming in on third downs. I mean, Chuba was good last year in a workhorse role, but if Rico Dowdle's cutting in, a fourth-round Chuba does not look too good.
He's a tough click with guys that are being drafted around them.
When they took Dowdle,
a sexy pick.
When they took Dowdle, I stopped clicking Hubbard. Because what am I going to take him in the 4th and 5th round? Rico Dowdle's legitimately not a bad RB. I mean, I'm surprised Dallas let him go.
Right.
He had a good season.
I am drafting Swift over Chuba Hubbard. Don't care.
Yeah, but Jake, isn't this the same? What's your reasoning that you said over and over for Swift? 2023 Rashad White.
Well, no, I mean
Dave
Swift,
Canales is Chuba Hubbard's play caller now.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like you're contradicting yourself. Not to be a dickhead to you. I love you. But, like,
Your last show, you can do whatever you want.
you can't say Rico Dowdle as a concern when your whole rationale for Swift, which is valid, is 2023 Rashad White.
Listen, I might take preseason more into consideration than other people do, but when you see a running back coming in on third downs, that's taking away top receiver running backs make their
paid Chuba too. That's an element though. They paid this guy.
Yeah, they paid him big money too.
They love him.
But maybe they saw last year that Chuba is not good out of the bat in the passing game.
I would agree. The passing game, but
you need to
if he
address
wasn't great out of the passing game anyway, I guess you're just saying him being off the field in those situations eliminates any chance. But if he wasn't great anyway, well, then if Rico Dowdle's in, it's not going to take away too much.
It wasn't like they signed some like random third down guy. They signed a good running back. So, Dowdle's.
I like Dowdle. I agree. I like Dowdle. But at the same time, he's had one good season.
He's going to play on
I think
third
Hubbard's
down.
fine.
Why, you guys feel Trevor Etienne's going to take somebody's job there?
No. I think Terp said it perfectly. Chuba Hubbard is fine. You don't feel great picking him.
He's not a bad click.
On him.
He's just not a click that I'm
You'd
making.
feel really happy if he falls to the late fifth somehow, and you're like,
like if you're a zero RB like build type of thing, and you can figure
he's
that
like what
out.
Joe Mixon was the last couple of years, where in the fifth round you're like, I guess, all right, and then
It's
it
not
works
great,
out.
but
Then it works out fine because they get
paid him,
touches
so he's going to get work.
Yeah,
definitely. It's just a tough click where he is. There's a few tough clicks. So Chuba Hubbard's one of them.
Yeah, there's every year those guys where it's just, and those are the guys who burn me every time. Where I'm like, yeah, but they're just not fun to pick. And then I pass them, and guess what? Then they do the same shit that they always do. They churn out a top 10 season, and I'm looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
Breece Hall or Chuba Hubbard? Who are you taking?
Oof, that's close.
Hubbard.
That's close.
Neither.
I'm taking neither. I'm taking Braylon Allen. I'm taking.
If I had to choose Hubbard, I'm choosing Hubbard. Yeah.
I'm taking Hall because running back, like you want running backs that catch the ball. The most points in fantasy come from catching the ball.
That's true.
You get 1 point per reception, and you get 1 point per 10 rushing yards. Breece Hall is the second. He's going to be probably the second most targeted player on that team, or he is definitely the second best passing option on that team. Regardless of if Braylon Allen cuts into his workload, which he will, Breece Hall is still going to catch passes. Regardless, it doesn't matter, and that's going to be a run-first team, heavy run. The passing game is going to funnel through Wilson and Hall. So, and I'm not really drafting Breece Hall either, but I would definitely take him over Chuba.
Can I ask you guys a question? Jake, I'm going to start with you this time. Amari Cooper, any fantasy relevancy this year?
Nah, I'm not even going to.
Steve?
Probably not going to waste
I think I had him. I took an orphan dynasty team.
Yeah.
I think I cut him today. I just said I don't want to even look at him on my team. I said.
I took him in the 20th round of some best ball drafts early just to hope he got like a good
is
spot.
there like anything like there's in the back of my mind, like every part of my mind is like, no, this guy's washed. The back part of my mind is like, this guy's has been a really good receiver for the last decade. Maybe he was just so banged up last year, going back to a dome. Maybe he can reclaim some of that magic. Like I could see him having, again, like 17th round of Amari Cooper. I'm willing to take that flyer.
I mean, what's his upside? What is his role in the offense?
Jakobi Meyers being traded is the only upside he has.
Right.
Exactly.
At best, is Cooper the third target behind Bowers, Myers, Cooper? Like, what is his?
I think at best he's the second target. Like you just never know.
After Bowers, yeah.
I'm saying like they're unlikely.
You are up next.
Like there's an off chance like Cooper could pass Jakobi Myers. Especially if Myers is going to be deep.
You are on the clock.
It depends. Yeah, depends who.
Right up your alley.
Kicko one. Forget Brandon Aubrey. Tyler Loop. That's my guy this year.
Good in the preseason. Talk about preseason.
Tyler Loop is my guy. Tyler Loop.
What defense
Sean,
do you guys
don't
target?
get kicking advice. We don't talk about kickers on here. Will Lutz at kicker. Come on, Sean.
No Cam
That's
Little.
like 5 beers you owe me in Vegas just for saying that in chat.
Derek G and Steve.
No, you are on the clock.
That's what we need.
What do you want? Which one do you want to take? New England or Seattle?
It don't matter.
What about Arizona?
It's gone already. I love Arizona.
That's my defense.
Where'd they
I've
go?
been taking that defense everywhere I can. But he already went. Went in the 18th round.
Also,
I like the
Buffalo's
Patriots.
defense. Yeah, Buffalo's defense went. But if you look at Buffalo's schedule after week 2 and you can just, eat week 1 or grab another defense for week 1, Buffalo's defense looks really good.
I do love New England because I'm just a believer in Vrabel as a leader of men and ability.
Home against the Raiders too, week 1.
Yeah. Steve G, Derek G in the chat said, Steve, you met your guys in Kentucky. They were in at least 2 of his drafts.
Yeah, they had a good showing. They took exactly who me and Terp take.
Steve, next year.
Guys,
Are
we
they
got
going to be in Vegas?
We got some more trade discussions. Is Chase Brown and Adams for Neighbors and Connor a good trade?
No, it's not. What did he say? Chase Brown? I would never trade Chase Brown this year.
No.
If I need an RP, I would never.
We have no. Let's just say this is a pure redraft.
It's pretty even, honestly.
I like the Chase Brown and Adams.
Yeah, I like Chase Brown Adams. It's pretty even.
Chase Brown team.
I think that Devonta Adams in this Rams offense is Stafford proof. Even if Garoppolo's there, I still think that this guy eats.
I agree.
Yeah, because Devonta Adams is known for loving Jimmy Garoppolo from the time
he hates him, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's not going to just. I mean, I think they'll be semi competitive. The Rams, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be okay.
Here's my hot take. Well, this is our last live draft of the year. I think we normally do this. Your Super Bowl prediction. What are they? I'll let you guys think. I'll give mine. Assuming he's healthy, the Rams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl against the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar Jackson, stop it.
I like that.
I'm trying to get there. That's it.
Stop it.
Rams is I'm going to take a flyer. Dude, everyone said Giannis couldn't win a ring until he did. Everyone says they can't do it until they do. Like Lamar, what did Lamar do this year that Mark Andrews dropped the pass? Like what more could Lamar have done?
How about Aidan? I have a better idea. Dark horse Super Bowl winner. How about that?
I say the Rams.
Because I'm going to go.
I'm giving you Rams, Ravens. That's my prediction with the Rams as a dark horse Super Bowl.
How about this? Super Bowl, you can use that and then have the team that nobody's talking about that could make a run. Rams aren't a dark horse. They're probably the second or third favorite in the NFC.
Their defense is disgusting.
My team that I think can make a run, the Broncos.
Yeah.
Good defense, offense, second year.
Well, who's your Super Bowl prediction then? So that's your dark horse.
I think Ravens, Eagles.
I got to be honest. I like I think Buffalo. I like Buffalo getting to the Super Bowl. I got to be real honest.
I hope so. I love.
I really not because it's Hard Knocks. I haven't even watched one episode.
No. The first episode. He's a good human being, and he deserves it. He's a good human being.
I believe that. So I really think that I really want Buffalo to get there, and I think the Eagles, man. I'm an Eagles fan. I mean, no offense to the Eagles fans.
Chiefs again.
But I don't know about the Chiefs. This guy
we say that every year, though. And
I know he's in love. He's really in love this year.
Yeah, it's just really hard not to like Patrick Mahomes this year.
Who's your dark horse then, Turp?
Really crazy. Their schedule's really soft. The New England Patriots.
I was about to say that, bro.
I knew it.
Their schedule sucks.
The thing with the Patriots is I'm pretty confident they're going to make the playoffs. So it's kind of like
no Super Bowl.
I think it's kind of crazy, but if they could figure out a way for some receiver to emerge, Drake May takes that next step. Travion Henderson.
I think Drake May is a dark horse.
Diggs is the type of click.
The schedule is so bad.
Diggs is the type of player that you take him, and then you think about it the next morning, and you're like, you're buyer's remorse.
Yeah, you're throwing out.
Diggs is going to be good. He will finish as a wide receiver 3. I guarantee it. Top 36. He will.
I don't know. I just have my doubts.
Right,
I like Diggs. I think that he's recovered well. I think he recovered well. So why wouldn't it be? But
put it this way: Diggs is one of those receivers that if you saw him play in the preseason and have that connection with May, he would have went up a round or 2 in draft boards. No one's seen anything. That's why he's consistently sitting around the 7th round.
Steve, were you the one who, with our Cardi B discussion, that Cardi used to work at your club?
No, she didn't work. She performed there. Cardi B used to work at Sue's Rendezvous in the Bronx. She worked at Starlets, another club, and then she became famous. Now, you want to have Cardi B come in for 3 songs, you need 50 G's to pay her. So
Jeez.
whole different animal between $300 back room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. But I was just wondering that we were talking about. I'm trying to remember if that was Steve G or someone else.
Yeah. I offered it a Terp. I offered it to come on the team. I said, when you come to New York, Cardi B, we'll bring her out of retirement.
Bring her out for one more show.
One more round.
Of Steve G.
There we go, Steve. We're gonna have you on for a full draft next year because the chat section loves you.
He's gonna make our ride or die thing too. So make sure he said Calvin Ridley. I heard him.
Calvin, you want Calvin Ridley to be your ride or die? I am making the graphic now as we speak.
It's gonna go up. So
it's on the FFPC Twitter.
I gotta say, man, it's between two players. One's too chalky. All right, one's Brian Robinson's too chalky because I've taken him in every time I had a first round pick in the back end. I've taken Brian Robinson. But
Brian Thomas or Brian
Thomas. I'm sorry, Brian Thomas.
Man.
So it's too chalky. But if I'm going to take a wide receiver that's in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, like I was taking him, it's either going to be Calvin Ridley, and I'm going to say one more name. Okay, Ricky Pearsall.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I've reached out to everyone who's been on a live show for the ride or dies, and I've gotten a Ricky Pearsall.
A lot of Ricky.
I haven't gotten a Calvin Ridley yet, but
I'm going to take Calvin Ridley. I'm going to go the opposite way. Even though I love Pearsall, I'm going to be the guy that takes Ridley.
From you,
yeah,
Aidan, Roma Dunze, because I told you can't pick Chase Brown. That's just not allowed.
Dude, people are picking Nico
He's a second round pick. I don't care what anybody else.
It's gotta be.
It's Odunze. It's Odunze. My ride or die is Roma Odunze.
That's fair.
And by the way, Jake actually got me onto Roma Odunze, and now Jake's off of Roma Odunze, which is kind of a dick move.
So if you're off Roma Odunze, who you want?
So who you want, Burden or DJ Moore?
Got to be on somebody. Don't say DeAndre Swift again. We already know that.
Dude, Jake, you texted me.
I already picked my ride or die as DeAndre Swift. If not him, then Pickens.
But I'm saying, like, from the Bears' perspective, if you're not on Odunze anymore, who you want?
Jake said
I never said I wasn't on Odunze. I was drafting him a lot earlier, but I'm a little bit more on DJ Moore now. I think that
people hate DJ Moore.
People hate him, but listen, this is where you have to fade the public. I'm fading McMillan.
This will be the last question I ask. I'll ask every single one of you. Sure. There's a lot of people that people hate right now. We all know that people hate in drafts right now. DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, guys like that. Who is the one player that like nobody wants to draft right now that you think is going to be a smash?
Can I
go up to the? You can go up top. Just get.
I have one, and it's not that I don't want to draft him, but he could really smash in the 4th round. It's Marvin Harrison, because remember last year we were drafting him, or people were drafting him at the end of the 1-2 turn.
Yeah,
now you're getting him like 2-3 rounds later. Even he's not going to flop. He's not going to do his floor is probably what he did last year.
I think the clear two answers are Wilson and Harrison right next to each other. That like everyone hates drafting.
Everyone also hate drafting.
I don't hate drafting Garrett Wilson. Even everybody's talking about Justin Fields. We all know that he can't throw the ball. What's new about this? He went out in the preseason. He threw the ball behind everybody. We get it, but that's what he's always done. So
Wilson should get 5,000 targets.
Absolutely. And
here's one.
And the kid Mason Taylor. And the kid Mason Taylor.
Me and Steve G's like
that's where I was. That's where I was.
We draft Chris Olave every chance we get.
Yeah,
I love Olave.
Like, do people hate drafting him? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
They hate drafting him because they're worried about the concussions.
Yeah,
but when you get him in the 6th and 7th round, I mean, this guy's a 3rd round pick.
As your wide receiver 4 on a team with a horrible defense, Olave's playing out of the slot. Even Shaheed, if you watch the preseason, Shaheed is not just doing those go routes. He's actually doing slants and zigs. Like, they're going to get the ball into his hands too. As your wide receiver 4 and 5, no issue on a bad defense.
My answer is DJ Moore.
Like Olave could smash. Like, the Olave could.
You know who my pick is. You know who my pick is, and Terp's gonna be sick because he can't stand them. Isaiah Pacheco. A lot of people don't want to click him.
Yeah, I like that. I like that call.
We agree on a lot of things. Pretty much everything. Isaiah Pacheco is not one of them.
That's one thing that we do not agree on, me and Terp. But I'm going to tell you that Isaiah Pacheco has the chance to smash. Last year, I was seeing people taking this guy in the end of the second, middle of the second.
Terp, what do you mean? I mean, CG, what do you mean smash though? Like RB1? Like, what do you mean by like how high do you think he could take it?
A top 12 RB.
I took it as Steve G saying next year, 2026, Isaiah Pacheco is back in the second, third round.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not drafting him.
I don't love him, but I don't disagree. I think
he's not going to play.
We're not guaranteeing this. We're just saying
He's
guys.
not going to play on third downs. He did look great in the preseason on the few runs that he had, but he's not going to play on third downs.
Into that trash can.
Hunt is still going to have a role.
Into that trash can.
Hunt's a donut away from a heart attack. Come on, this guy. You know. Anyway, I think Brashard Smith. He's not the direct handcuffed Isaiah Pacheco. He's not. Let's be honest. But he's going to get a lot of work. This kid's good. And God forbid, because I got a lot of Pacheco, so I don't want him to go down. God forbid Pacheco does go down, there's going to be an enhanced role for Brashard Smith. They're going to give Hunt the short yardage, and they're going to pound this kid Smith. This kid's good. I mean, I don't know if Elijah Mitchell even made the team. Did he even make the team, Elijah Mitchell? I mean, I'm not even sure.
I haven't seen anything yet.
I think he got hurt. I want to see.
That's nothing new. That's like Kenneth Walker. Nothing new. He gets hurt, you just take it on the chin.
Last hot take from me, Aidan. And like just regular leagues, non-best ball, fade Xavier Worthy. It's the last thing.
Ooh, that's tough, man.
Yep, I'm all set with
Jake
Worthy.
Saying mic drop. We're gonna end on that. 5K big payback. Steve G.
What a mic drop there. I like that.
Wow.
I'm not on it, but
The
I
three
like
Goombas. That was a hell of a draft season, fellas. Next time you will see us will be the Never Too Early Best Ball stream in April.
No, hold on. You will all see us in Vegas. Every single one of us.
I'm talking about on YouTube. We'll be back.
Listen, in Vegas, we're gonna pick a night. We're gonna obviously, we're all gonna come have a drink because I have, my daughter was born, so I'm gonna buy everybody a drink.
We gotta celebrate.
Okay,
we gotta celebrate.
We're all gonna have a drink. Everybody that's in the chat, everybody that likes us, everybody that dislikes us, they can come draft with us. I mean, they come drink with us.
Yeah.
And boys, thank you for having me. This was really good. All right.
Anytime.
We got a couple more. Me
and guys aren't done. You got to lock in.
We got another one next Tuesday, and
we got another big payback next Tuesday, and then we have High Society.
People are talking Wednesday night. Thursday
night, Steve G. I'll see you Wednesday night for sure.
Wednesday night, I land around 9. Let's say 11 o'clock somewhere at the Cosmo. All right?
Let's go.
11 o'clock somewhere at the Cosmo. All right, boys?
We'll be there. Be good, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Always.
You got it. All right, bye.
Steve G, the man. We'll see you.
Love that guy, man.
We're going to have another Steve G.
He's a legend, man.
Like the ship chasing crack rock show, like Steve G is like that.
Aiden, you might have to do like a week 8 like Steve G check-in, just like random podcasts.
All those weeks, just throw in.
Really,
we should just have. I mean, Balky does a high 6 fantasy football hour. Week 8 should just be Steve on that show and get him in and discussing.
Guys, I got a gorilla draft in 18 minutes. Picking from 12. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, give it to.
I'm fading, but
give it to Scotty. Just let his little
Scotty better be asleep.
Yeah.
Have Steve G drafted for you.
Yeah, have Steve G return the favor.
I got a different partner in that one. Him and Steve G. I don't know if they click well.
There we go.
Steve G's high energy. My man Kurt.
Well, we'll see everyone in Vegas.
Father to me, but
we will see everybody in Vegas. We will see you 2026 back for the Never Too Early Best Ball. Thank you to all who supported us at the Three Goombas. Thank you to every expert guest who we had on. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and listened. Big Gorilla Draftathon this Labor Day weekend. $50 from every draft to the Gorilla organization and their efforts to save gorillas in the mountains of Africa.
Draft this weekend.
Main event.
Great cause.
Main event. Best ball tournament's going to fill this weekend. Superflex best ball tournament going to fill this weekend. So get your drafts in. It's the best drafting day of the week. Best drafting day of the year. I'm going to let you guys go so you can go sign up for some drafts this weekend. We will see everyone in Vegas. Thank you all who tuned in all year.
Thank you guys for everything. See you again in Vegas next year.